All right, so let's just take a second and imagine like a world where no matter what you speak, right, no matter what language, you can pick up a Bible and you can read it. You can understand it.
That's powerful.
Yeah, and that's what Wycliffe Bible translators have been working towards for, gosh, I think it's over 80 years now.
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
And their Vision 2025 is to actually start Bible translations for literally every single remaining language by, well, you guessed it, 2025.
That's coming up quick.
Yeah, that's right around the corner. And get this, they've already gone from 3,000 languages that needed translations down to just 888.
Wow, that's pretty
It
amazing.
really is.
Yeah.
So much progress, right? But what's actually changed since they started? How are they doing this?
Well, back in the late 90s when I first kind of got familiar with their work, it was very much Wycliffe leading the charge, kind of boots on the ground doing the translations.
They're the ones doing it.
Yeah, they were the ones doing it, but now it's shifted. It's all about empowering those local communities.
So it's less about Wycliffe taking the lead and more about getting the locals involved.
Exactly. They've realized that the best translations come from the people who live and breathe that language every single day, right?
Makes sense to me.
Local churches, communities, they're the ones driving these translations now. And Wycliffe, their role is more about supporting them, providing resources, training, kind of being a guide on the side.
Oh, so they're like the support system now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a much more collaborative thing now.
And I would think that makes a huge difference, right? Because you can't translate something accurately unless you understand the culture behind it, can you?
Absolutely. It's not just about replacing words, right? It's about the idioms, the nuances, the cultural context. And who better to understand that than the people who live it every day?
That's got to make the translation so much more impactful, I'd imagine.
Definitely. It's about making sure the message truly resonates.
And I got to say, when I think about Bible translation, I think, dusty books, quill and ink.
Mm.
Very old school, right?
All right, very traditional.
But then you start hearing about artificial intelligence, AI.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's that doing in Bible translation?
Well, AI is all about language, right? Processing it, understanding it.
Yeah.
And that's what translation is at its core, too. So it's actually being used in some really, really amazing ways.
Like how?
So there's the software now, right? And if there's already a New Testament translation in a certain language,
Right.
this software can draft an Old Testament translation in like a matter of days.
Whoa, really? That's fast.
It's crazy fast. And how it works is it analyzes that existing New Testament, figures out the structure, the grammar.
Like the bones of the language.
Yeah, exactly. And then it uses this huge database of Old Testament translations in other languages.
Wow.
And it kind of puts two and two together and creates a first draft in that target language, taking into account all those little quirks and nuances.
So it's not like a word-for-word thing. It's like it understands the language.
Exactly. Of course, you still need human translators to go over it, refine it, make sure it's perfect. But it speeds up the process so much.
It's mind-blowing, really. And there's another AI tool I read about that can actually create alphabets.
Oh, yeah, for languages that have never been written down.
It's like, how do you even translate a Bible if there's no written form?
Exactly. It's kind of a chicken and egg problem, right?
Yeah.
But this tool analyzes the spoken language, the sounds, the structure, and it can actually help develop a whole writing system for it.
It's incredible. It really feels like we're in this moment where ancient scripture is meeting cutting-edge technology.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating intersection, isn't it?
And the speed, right.
Right.
Like how much faster are we going to see translations now?
Oh, it's a game changer. Like the Great Commission, right? Making the gospel available to everyone. That's always been this long-term vision. But AI is making that timeline shorter and shorter.
Wow. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, what happens when everyone has access to the Bible in their own language? What could that do for, I don't know, global understanding, interfaith dialogue?
It's definitely something to think about. It's pretty exciting to imagine the possibilities.
It really is.